And today we're eating Italy's most dangerous pasta. For this recipe, we're back to Rome and one of Rome classic pasta. It's not carbonara, it's not arrabbiata, it's not la Gricia, è la pasta alla Zozzona. Zozzona can be translated as filthy, gluttonous, basically something which is in excess. And this is also one of the most dangerous pastas you can eat in your whole life. Why is it dangerous? Well, let me walk you through the ingredients, shall we? We start off with some beautiful Tuscan sausages, then we're going to use an onion, salt, pepper, parmigiano, an egg, cherry tomatoes, guanciale. This is cured pork cheek. It's full of flavor. If you can't find it, pancetta is also okay, guanciale is a little bit better. And for this recipe, traditionally, we want the rigatoni. Well, technically this is supposed to be pecorino, but you guys are smart enough, you know this is parmigiano. And I went to 3 shops today to try to find parmigiano, pecorino, and I couldn't find it. And that's because I'm in England and there's Brexit, and for some reason some Italian products don't just arrive. Anyway, traditional recipe wants pecorino, parmigiano is a good substitute, and that's what we're going to do today. Starting from a cold pan, and this is going to be the recipe for one person. I'm just going to eat all by myself today. We're going to open one Italian sausage, take away the casing, and just break it up with your hands. Next, we take our guanciale. We're going to cut 1/2 centimeter slice. In the guanciale, what you want to remove is the skin just outside. And sometimes if you don't want it, you can remove the pepper. I'm just going to leave it this time. So skin comes off. We cut it through the middle where there is the meaty bit. And into cubes. And the reason why you use a cold pan, if you follow me, you should know. And if you don't follow me, you should follow me. Is because we want the fat to render into our pan. And this doesn't need any extra virgin olive oil because there's so much fat in it already. And we move it into the hobs. And while we wait, we do the onion. For one person, we just need 1/2 an onion. And there is nothing elegant to this recipe. So even the onion, we want to cut it thick. You want to feel the bite of the onion. And I know that we typically do the opposite way around, which is first using the onion, let it caramelize a little bit, and then putting on the meat, so the sausages, the guanciale. But we're doing it differently this time, and the reason being is that we want both the guanciale and the sausage to caramelize, give back to the pan that fantastic little crunchy bits. And if we put the onion before, we're just not going to get there. And also you can play around with the choice of pan. If you feel particularly in control, use a non-stick pan. That's even better because it's going to make things stick. And then when you deglaze it, well, it comes off and it's going to be amazing. And as if sausage and guanciale is not enough for you, we're going to make a little cream with egg and pecorino. Well, in our case, parmigiano, but you know what I mean. Flat surface. And we separate the egg. Yolk goes in. And this we'll use it for breakfast. And then here we're going to fill it up with some parmigiano. This is kind of the principle of the carbonara. So this is a mixture between a carbonara, an amatriciana, a gricia, basically all of the Roman pasta all in one to make something exceptionally luscious. See, this is all mixed up. Take something like this, move it around, and this is going to be our little cream. We're going to add some pasta water afterwards. And of course, because we're eating the egg raw, it needs to be a pasteurized eggs. Let's not get sick here. And in the meantime here, something magical is happening. Look, see, this is all the crunchy bit that we're going to scratch away. It's full of flavor. And what we want, and I'll show you now, we want our little sausage to have caramelized corners, just like that. That's just explosion of flavor. The guanciale is melting away. Also, check this out. This is how wonderful the guanciale is looking right now. It's like a little candy. You take a bite and the fat explodes in your mouth. Absolutely amazing. So now we got a good crunch. We add the onions. And the onions are going to release some liquids, and we're going to use that liquids to deglaze. See, like that. See, you can already see that you can scratch off the flavor. And now moving on to the healthy bit of the meal, some tomatoes, you know, cannibal fat. But of course, don't exaggerate, huh? 4 or 5 tomatoes per person, that's even too much. And look, I found these lovely colorful ones. So even the eye needs to play its part. And we're gonna add this after 2-3 minutes once the onion has become translucent. And in with the tomatoes, little mix. We'll give the tomatoes a little squeeze to release the juices. So healthy and delicious. Next steps, you've seen them done plenty of time. Rolling boil, salt, keep it light on the salt. Everything is pretty salty to begin with. And we're gonna add the rigatoni. There's always one that doesn't go in. Just 2 seconds to ponder how beautiful does the sauce looks already. Oh my God, I'm so hungry. Few minutes to spare. We've seen this done thousands of times, so you guys know what I'm gonna do. Rigatoni from here. Switch on the pan, make sure it's hot, and we move them across. No rigatoni left behind. Here we are. Splash cooking water. And this is gonna finish cooking inside here. And also, we all know this is how we make the nice little creaminess. Add in the pasta water, mixes with the starch, with the fat, and makes it all creamy. So we add the water, we let it jump, and make the pasta jump, apart from making it look cool, actually has a proper purpose. You're adding oxygen to this emulsion of water and fat and makes it super creamy. So as it cooks, add a little bit more water, and a little bit more jumping. Remember we had this mixture? Well, we need to add a little bit of water. Pasta water, obviously. Here we keep going. It's nearly ready. Last final bit of water. And now that it's nearly ready, now we need to follow the same concept as when we do carbonara. So we let it cool down for a couple of minutes, and here we add our egg. At this point we move it nice and quick. We don't want to make scrambled eggs. Last final scratch to get everything from the side. This is all gorgeousness that I want on my plate. Oh my God, the smell, guys, the smell coming out of this is incredible. Why is the most dangerous pasta in the world? Because the chance of heart attack if you eat this all the time is pretty much guaranteed. But if you have them every so often, I mean, look how creamy, velvety, delicious this is. So we take our plate. We said before, there's nothing fancy about this. So we just pour it in. Con ignoranza. Without asking permission, we just do it because today we're having pasta alla Zozzona. We're not even gonna go to the gym. We're even not gonna go to the gym. We're just gonna enjoy this crazy, delicious dish. Is there anything more beautiful than this? Considering it took us less than 20 minutes to make this delicious pasta, no, I shouldn't be making more than once a month. Should I? Oh, oh my God. Oh, imagine a carbonara but with sausage, some cherry tomatoes, so it makes you feel like you're doing something healthy, and the garlic cooked a little bit crunchy still. Oh, guys, once a month I'm gonna allow you to have pasta alla Zozzona. Ciao.